bed here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it for the winter season. Since this bed gets the most sun during the winter time, I may wind up going ahead and planting it with like lettuce and spinach and other cold weather crops that we can use. Yeah, so then we've got the greenhouse. It's kind of being used as storage for the moment, and I've got some, this is garlic. This is one that I tested and I just pulled up, and I just stuck a few of the others up here just to dry out a little bit before I bring them in. But one reason why you want to take off the scapes, which there's a scape there, one reason that you want to take scapes off your garlic plants is because if you don't, it will actually cause the bulbs to split. So this is where I let the scape go and the bulb split down at the bottom. So there's a little FYI for you if you didn't know that. So we've just got some little marigolds. Again, these are ones that I tried to plant or start from seed, and that's as big as they got because of that awful soil. But one thing that did do good this year is the corn. Check it out, y'all. This stuff is sitting about chest high to me. I'm about 5'5". Well, I am 5 foot 5 inches tall, and this comes to about chest high. So we're doing pretty good with that. I did come down here and I planted marigolds, but the grass took over too. So there's marigolds through here, but you can't really tell. The echinacea, oh my goodness, it is just, you guys, just look at these blooms. I'm in love. I'm in love this year with the echinacea. I mean, it's just gorgeous. So I plan on harvesting a lot of these blooms, and it's recommended to take snips and cut the buds in half to allow them to dry. You can use all parts of the plant. A lot of people use the roots when it's in its dormant stage. So during the winter time, you can use the roots in a tincture or fresh. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. They're gorgeous. We've got lavender that I just randomly planted down here. Got it from the greenhouse down the road. But again, you guys, man, these echinacea, I just absolutely love them. I hope that the camera is really portraying it, but you can tell hot temperatures this year caused some of the seeds to germinate on the seed heads. It's quite interesting, really. So, more lavender. The rosemary is doing pretty good this year. The sage, it kind of, most of it died back, and now it's coming back really green. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I did cut back a lot of the old spent stuff, so I think that really helped. This is the time. It's doing really, really well. It has gone to flower, and it's actually preventing this gate from opening up all the way, which is great. I mean, I love that. But what's funny is that, so this is the bed. That's where the bed goes. And right here, all of that is thyme. There's like little patches of it all through the grass here. So every time you mow, you get to smell thyme. Oh, and my plant fell off here. Let's prop that back up there. Okay. So this is the oregano plot. I've already harvested this twice this year, and so I get to harvest it again. Some of it's gone to seed, but no matter there. That's just a crepe myrtle that I've had for a while. Okay, and so then we also have some yarrow. It's kind of sad because I didn't get it into the ground very soon, or soon enough, so the top portions here are really yellow, but down here there's lots of nice green growth, so I'm really hopeful for that coming back. There's some oregano that I rooted up, and I just put it in a pot so I could share it with my sisters. And here, it looks kind of scraggly at the moment because it rained really hard earlier, But this is a birdhouse gourd plant, and I've got it growing along the fence, and I just basically tossed some seeds out here and was like, grow! And grow it is. I think there's actually like 4 or 5 plants in there total. So what you're seeing is a total of like 4 plants. The 5th plant is still kind of small back there for obvious reasons, but this is the strawberry garden, you guys. Last year, it was just gnarly. It was really, really bad. I mean, I do still have some weeds in there. Some of those I went through with a hoe the other day and tried to pull up some of the weeds with the hoe. But I took all the strawberries out with the help of my sister and her kids. They helped clean it out, but took all the weeds out, got all of the strawberries that survived, and we put them in the cinder blocks in the front. The rest of the garden, I'm also thinking maybe I could put this as like a kind of a cold weather garden in a way for the summertime, so that because this area stays shaded during the summer a lot of times, and so I can grow some like shade loving crops here. So things like lettuce and stuff might actually work really well here up close to the house. But we also, I just stuck a Swiss chard in there randomly. But we've got fennel, bronze fennel, Florence fennel. Again, we bought those from the local store. We've got some volunteer lemon balm, and these are some extra plants that I got. Some hot and spicy oregano, more rosemary, because you can never have enough rosemary. There's some more oregano, and those are some extra purple cabbages that I did not. They were supposed to go in the ground, but they didn't. So they're still sitting there. So I might be able, since they're still growing, I might be able to just go ahead and put those in the ground and see if they grow. So now let's make our way to the back garden. Okay, so we've got another, again, this year, it's a year of volunteers. We've got a volunteer sunflower. I'm just letting it grow up there. George and I were able to get the turkey crawl beans planted. So all of these are doing really well. They're all the way up to here, I think. So that's, turkey crawl beans are what I look forward to every year. Every single year, you guys. Absolutely love those things. So I'd like to plant some more on this side. There's still some more growing time in the season, so I'll probably try to get some beans planted this week. But the corn, it's just doing really, really well. We did mulch in between each of the rows. Before the plants got this big, we were supposed to go and finish mulching these with the wood chips and just cover up all of the ground so that there's no like dirt showing around the roots. But we didn't get in there to do that. So I don't know if we're going to do that still, or if we're just going to forgo it for now and just wait until the fall time to get some more mulch out there. And so we come back here. Most of these wood chips were supposed to be spread out evenly, and there's supposed to be zucchini back here and more beans and cucumbers, but this is what we have. Lots of grass. There's lots of grass still growing in here. The dreaded Bermuda grass. Oh my gosh, I hate that stuff. But this is the back garden. And so, like I said, it's the year of volunteers. There is a giant mammoth sunflower that is currently, if I'm standing next to it, I'm looking up at it. So it's probably a good, almost 7 feet tall, probably. That would be my best guess. It's giant, you guys. The sunflower is giant. Okay, I didn't explain. The white bucket in the garden is so that I can set the sprinkler on top of it, and it gives it more coverage area. I was actually thinking about trying to rig something up this year or next year to where I can actually set the sprinkler up on like a platform even higher up so I can get the entire garden. That would be pretty cool. So, year volunteers. This is a volunteer I am pretty sure that it is a spaghetti squash, given the color and the size of the fruit. Coming through here, it's funny. You wind up with a whole bunch of crazy like vine borers, and they're just wreaking havoc on your plants, and then you get a volunteer, and it's like the bugs just leave you alone. I don't know. I don't know. But we've got fruit here. There's fruit just all over this plant. I think it's actually a couple of plants in one. But yeah, it's it's too funny how these plants grow. Now, however, I do not want it going into my garlic patch. You, my dear, go that away. Go to the back of the yard. Okay, and so as I come to the end of the garden here, this is garlic. Oh no. And that is onions.
Something dug up my garlic.
Yes, they're growing side
It's
by
gone.
side. That probably wasn't the greatest
That's sad.
idea, but that's what I did.
Side note,
This next week we'll be
rabbit trail.
harvesting the rest of the garlic because I tested a bulb just to see, how it would do, and I think it's going to do real well. So I'll harvest it this week. Let's see. A lot of the bulbs. Let's see if we can see down here. Let me use a stick. So,
Oh wow! Oh wow! Look at that bulb. That sucker's huge.
okay. Yes, garlic is ready to be harvested. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay, you guys. So now the onions. I think that we were supposed to take the flowering tops off to have more going toward the bulbs. I think that's what's supposed to happen. This is my first time ever growing garlic and onions. Okay, so these onions, they are like, I don't know if you can see that. They are huge. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay. So, lots and lots of onions. Now, the funny thing is that I've never grown onions before because George is allergic. He's allergic to onions. He can't eat them. Now, he can have them, it's weird, in tiny, tiny amounts. But, if there's a dish where he doesn't taste the onion, but someone put onions in it, he will actually wind up feeling sick after eating it. So, it's not just a flavor or a taste bud thing. It's... Oh my gosh, it's actually an allergy. You guys, these blooms are just so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I have all the heart eyes for everything going to seed this year. Oh, now one interesting thing was, these are wild onions here, but what was interesting, they created the same type of little flower heads, but they all germinated. I don't know if you can see that. They all germinated, and all of these little pieces here were green. And so basically, it was pretty funny. They all reseeded themselves. So I'm gonna have lots of little wild onions here. Lovely. Okay, so the last potato patch, this is just about the end of the garden tour. It's pretty pounded down right now. Like I said, it rained pretty good earlier. Everything's pretty wet. But everything in here is looking pretty good. We do have some blight issues and obvious flea beetle damage, but I'm not too terribly concerned about it. Well, hello, guy. How are you? Yes, indeed. Okay, so we'll be harvesting these potatoes pretty soon. I guess, oh my goodness, it looks horrible, but the storms the past couple of days, we've got a hurricane coming through, and so the storms the past couple of days have just really pounded these down. And so those are the potatoes. Oh, the one thing that I wanted to show you guys, let's see if I can find it. but what I wanted to show you was this. The potatoes actually created like little, they look like tomatoes. I know they're not tomatoes, but it's just so funny. There's so many of them here. I actually haven't looked it up yet, but anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. Anyway, these are birdhouse gourds that we planted about 4 years ago, and we're finally able to use them. But look, let's see. Let's see if I can brighten it up. There we go. See in there? Okay. So, okay, let me autofocus back on. So anyway, there is a wren living in that birdhouse gourd. Absolutely love him. I love coming out here and listening to him sing. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this is the garden. We still have lots of room to plant things. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. Right now we're just kind of getting along the best we can. We've got more compost, composting down back there. We're still trying, obviously haven't mowed because it's been really wet, but that's our garden. Oh, one last thing I wanted to show you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go and walk through here. So, all about volunteers. And this is growing by our front driveway. Again, pounded by rain, but I think, I don't know what this is. Okay, if you guys have a suggestion as to what this is, I don't know if it's a pumpkin or what, but it has got some giant fruit on it. I mean, check out that vine. I mean, it is huge. Oh, it looks like we've got some squash vine borers down there. But you guys, that fruit, I mean, this sucker is huge. It grew overnight. Oh my word. Oh, there's another one over here. Look. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's the volunteer plant of the year. Isn't that awesome? Okay, you guys, so what do you think? What do you think about our garden and everything going on and all the volunteers? I mean, who would have known that volunteers would be the year, or this would be the year for volunteers? So anyway, thanks for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed the garden tour, maybe learned a few things, I don't know. It is currently raining. Yeah, I'm starting to get kind of wet, but but anyway, I thought it was pretty cool, I mean, in spite of the many failures this year. Yeah, we didn't get any tomatoes to preserve any, but maybe we can find some on sale and get a whole bunch somewhere else, or I don't know. We'll do something else for it, but the things that did grow today were just, well, they're doing really well. And there's a lot of beauty amidst all of the death too. So, there's the echinacea and the herbs, and then of course, we've got all the carrots and the turnips, and we do have stuff growing, but George and I, we've just been dealing with a lot of health stuff earlier this year, and then with the bad soil and all of that stuff, it's just been it's been a very tough year. And of course, y'all are seeing me with a garden tour with no hair this year, so that's definitely a change as well. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this tour, and I hope you join us again for future garden videos and other content on this channel. May God bless you all, and I'll catch you later.